Okay, hello everybody. I'm Clifford Nathaniel. I'll be doing your Healthy Heights class for your learning credits. The course that we're going to be going over today is going to be the low stress diet. The low stress diet is a diet designed to help you to choose and select healthy foods when you're going through high times of stress on your job or actually in your home or in the community. So let's get started with the presentation. The low stress diet, it's a diet that can help keep the immune system strong in the times or in times when you're facing a lot of stress in your life. The key to wellness is living well, also eating well, and feeling well all begin within yourself, within your thought processes, and within your daily choices. As you can see, stress affects all different parts of the immune system. Stress affects cold, stress has a lot to do with stomach ulcers, has a lot to do with diseases, asthma, and also depression. This is a picture to help you to understand the process of stress. You can see all these different terms up here that describes individuals who have a lot of stress. I call it stressing, I call it worrying, I call it having anxiety or depressing. During these high times of anxiety, individuals actually select greasy food, which is actually unhealthy for the immune system. Individuals also crave ice cream. Individuals do a lot of shopping during times of high stress. So you can look at all of the stress or the stressing and the worrying that's actually on your body during times of high stress and poor eating habits. Look at this Healthy Heights wellness class in this card that I came up with. You can see different types of stressors, and you can see the nature of the stressor, and you can take this card after you finish this course. You can check these different areas for its life events. How often do you deal with loss, changes, job design? How often do you deal with different things on your job? Economic issues. These are stressors. And I want you to actually take this card and use this card after you finish this course. So the low stress diet is actually designed to teach you how to eat and to teach you what to eat, to actually strengthen your immune system in this stressful world that we live in. When you think about stress, and when you think about stress management, it should undoubtedly be a top priority for Jackson Madison County General Hospital Healthy Height program. Stress, as known, can increase blood pressure. Stress can cause heart disease. Stress can cause obesity over the course of time. Stress-related disorders also affect the gastrointestinal system. And also it can cause conditions such as ulcers, acid reflux, and also irritable bowel syndrome. But look at how stress affects all aspects of your life, all aspects of human nutrition. So Stress Healthy Height program, think about your bodies are not going to digest food or it's not going to absorb food or nutrition properly, and the body metabolism will suffer. Think about certain foods and certain eating habits can actually trigger the body's stress response. And it also result in a lot of serious health conditions. So let's think about let food be your medicine and let the medicine be your food. So look at the low stress diet and the immune system. It's like a domino effect. Think about when you're stressed. Think about your immune system suffers. And think about one single aspect of the immune system is affected. It's not long before the whole chain reaction of the negative response can occur. Look at the 5 aspects of nutrition. You have nutrition, which is certain healthy food. You have digestion, which is part of the immune system. You have things that you have to absorption, and you also have metabolism, and then you also have the process of elimination. So the 5 aspects, the body nutrition are depleted during high times of stress. The body uses up a lot of these nutrition, which will actually cause your body to kick into the stress response, which we call the fight or the flight response. In this process, the stress response process, the body utilizes more nutrition than it might normally use during resting state, including vital minerals such as magnesium, calcium, potassium, and also zinc and copper. So it's amazing how stress can affect all the aspects of nutrition. So look at some of these unhealthy quick fixes that we normally do. Think about when you're stressed. Individuals actually have a tendency to crave junk food. Junk food is basically, it's hard to process these types of food that you select when you're actually going through high times of stress. So the opportunities when you stress, it's a hard time to find time to actually what? Prepare food or cook food. So it's really easy to turn to frozen dinner for as fast food or takeout. Now this is an awareness note. Most pre-packed and fast foods are prepared at the lowest cost possible. And with this little to regard to your health, no regard to your health, your quality, your nutrition, but these processed foods are usually stacked with processed sugar, salt, fats, and various other substances that tend to please your taste when you're thinking about, junk food. Now let's look at the domino effect. Remember, nutrients are depleted based on poor choices that you choose, things that you eat. So poor choices actually triggers the response. Think about gasoline. When things are on fire, you're trying to put out the fire. Many foods that we turn on the stress response tend to promote the response. Food that induce the body's response, including refined sugar, processed flour or white flour, salt, or caffeine. Foods containing these substances trigger the release of stress into the bloodstream, which increase your heart rate, increase blood pressure, and also metabolic activity. So the immune system becomes compromised, employees. If you look at specific food that actually compromise your immune system, these are certain types of fatty food, saturated fat. All of these foods cannot be taken through the bloodstream as easy in comparison to healthy food. So healthy height employees, eat diets that are heavy in saturated fats put you under stress. And it causes the digestive system to work harder to break these foods down, to transport foods to the rest of your body. This is another insight to think about. Foods with refined sugar can compromise your immune system because they decrease the number of white blood cells. So the more sugar you consume, coffee, tea, sodas, candy, sugar, can actually suppress your immune system. And it is as simple as that. So let's look at poor habits. Actually, cause the nutrition not to be replaced with the stress-prone eating behaviors. Look at domino effect 2. Foods that trigger the stress response. Remember, refined sugar, processed flour, high in salt, caffeine, and various synthetic chemicals. So let's look at some things that you can do to keep the immune system strong. The stress management diet is what I want to introduce. Undue stress, as we know, lowers the immune system. Or I said unnecessary stress can also lower the immune system. When the immune system is stressed and under pressure and tension, it causes the individual to be subjected to colds, high blood pressure, and heart disease. Stress management by stress meaning fighting foods. So let's look at some things here, stress-busting foods and how they work. If you look at the heart up to your left corner, you see this is a heart, and these are 8 types of food that actually can boost your immune system. You see all those hefty fruits. So if you boost the level of serotonin, which is a common chemical, oatmeal has been found, a bowl of egg meal, to reduce the adrenaline, the stress hormone. Oatmeal has been found to uplift the immune system. Oatmeal has been found to also lower the blood pressure. These facts is coming from Medical Web MD. Okay, look at complex carbs. These are stress busting. Whole grain is the key. Promotes the brain to make its own serotonin. Whole grain bread actually stabilizes blood pressure or blood sugar. It also digests more slowly. Whole grain breakfast such as cereals, bread, pasta, or oatmeal. Okay, look at simple carbohydrates. Things that are considered stress-busting food. But the key is to limit your intakes of carbs, such as sugar, sweets, and soda. They actually spike serotonin, provide only a short-term relief during stress-induced irritability. So it's kind of like if you drink a couple of Cokes or you eat a couple of lollipops, you're going to get this rush. And then over time, WebMD is suggesting that you're actually stress level is going to start causing you to become irritable, and you're going to come down from that high level of energy, and then you're going to actually start feeling bad. So look at the benefits of oranges now, rich in vitamin C. Look what oranges do for the body and the immune system. They actually reduce the level of stress hormone. Vitamin C actually strengthens the immune system. And it also normalizes blood pressure in a cortisol level. Look at magnesium as a stress-busting food. Anytime there's a deficiency in magnesium, individuals normally show symptoms of headaches and fatigue, compound the stress effect. But magnesium-rich food is, look at spinach. It's real good for the immune system. Soybeans is real good. Salmon is really good. And anything that's a green, leafy vegetable. You have your sweet peas, you have your broccoli, you have a lot of those good things. You have greens, collard greens, turnip greens. These things are real good for the immune system. Look at fatty fish, which is a great stress-busting food. I love salmon for myself, especially tuna. Contains omega-3 fatty acid. Look at what it does. It prevents surges in the stress hormone. Look at it protects the heart from heart disease. It moves like depression and also premenstrual syndrome. But the suggestion is 3 ounces of fatty fish at least twice a week. It's good to strengthen the immune system during high times of stress. Look at black tea or any type of tea. WebMD suggested black tea because it calms and it helps during the recovery part from a stressful event. It relaxes you. It lowers the stress hormone. It also, in comparison to caffeine, worsens during high times of stress because caffeine can boost stress hormone, and it can also increase your blood pressure when you've actually taken in too much coffee. Look at nuts and seeds, which are really good during high times of stress. A great source of omega-3 fatty acids. Eating a handful of these type of things, walnuts, almonds, can actually lower cholesterol. It can reduce inflammation in the arteries of the heart, and it can also lower the risk of diabetes and actually can protect you against stress during high times of stress. This is something I highly recommend. I eat a lot of peanuts, a lot of pecans, pistachios. I eat a lot of these things during high times of stress to actually keep my immune system strong. Look at avocados. I love these here. A half an avocado has more potassium than a medium-sized banana. But look at the benefit during times of stress for the immune system. Look at what it does. It actually has been found to reduce blood pressure during high times of stress. Okay, look at almonds. Look at the benefit from the body. Full of helpful vitamins. Vitamin E to bolster the immune system. Vitamin B, which is aid in the recovery from stress and depression. They're suggesting how much? A quarter of a cup every day. Actually, when you're only doing times when you're dealing with a lot of stress in your life. Look at vegetables, raw vegetables. Something, the crunchy munchy they call it. Carrot sticks have been found to be good for the immune system because munching celery or carrot sticks help to actually release a clenched jaw. And that actually can ward off tension because when you're stressed, the body is, remember, it's in the fight or flight state, and then your jaws are tense and the body is tense. And they're recommending that if you snack on carrots or celery sticks, this is something to start relieving the stress, which helps to restore the immune system and to prevent you from catching a lot of colds and things. Look at a good bedtime snack. I had to tell you a little bit about bedtime snack for those who like to eat. Carbs at bedtime actually speed the release of serotonin, what helps you to have a better sleep. But remember, they're recommended to whole ground. So stick to something like toast and jam. Heavy meals before bed can trigger heartburn. So be aware of what you eat late at night before you take your naps. Let's look at milk. Milk has been found to be good for the immune system, for a good night's sleep. Especially for bedtime buster, a remedy for insomnia, individuals who are restless during high times of stress. Calcium has been found to ease anxiety and mood springs. They can be linked to PMS. Skim or low-fat milk is something recommended for those who enjoy drinking milk. Now, we can't forget exercise. This awesome lift center that we have, I love the lift. I wish I could stay there all night sometime because of the atmosphere. So they're saying de-stress and exercise. aerobics, swimming at the pools, riding the bikes, walking the track at the left center. You can actually do these things, and these chemicals make you feel happy. They're recommending 30 minutes of aerobics exercise at least 3 to 4 times a week. So let's put our walking shoes on and let's get busy walking. Now, humor is really good for stress. We're almost toward the end, so look at this quote. My doctor told me to avoid any unnecessary stress, so I did not open his bill. So that's a little humor when you think about stress, because sometimes when we're stressed, we forget to laugh, we forget to play, we forget to have fun. But through laughter and through exercise, it actually kind of helps to get rid of a lot of the depression and tension that's on the immune system. So in my final slide, remember the key to healthy eating begins with awareness in healthy food choices. If you think about awareness, awareness is actually seeing. Seeing means look at what you're doing, start paying attention to what you eat, because if you understand from seeing things or seeing your unhealthy habits, it has a lot to do to increase your awareness and make you aware of the food choices that you have during high times of stress. So the number one and the best stress management decision that I recommend is during high times of stress, things that are going on except the unchangeable, meaning things that you can't change, things that you have no control over. But see the changeable, things that you can change. So I'm recommend look at the things that you can change about your eating habits. Look at the things you can change about things you worry about, your daily activities. Remember to schedule activity at the lift center, or if you want to walk at home, depending on your time. These are some things that I recommend to help you out during high times of stress. And thank you for selecting this course, and I hope everything goes well for you. Thank you.